Nauvoo, South Jersey is pleased and honored to introduce our past president, Meggan Ciaccia, who is the recipient of the Businesswoman of the Year Award. We're so excited to have her as in our group of honorees. Meggan, congratulations on your award. It's so well deserved, and we're so pleased to be sharing with you today.
Thanks, Denise. It's so good to be here.
It's wonderful to have you. She's a little bit frightened about the questions I'm going to ask her. So let's start out with the business questions. How long have you been in your field?
I started working as an accountant in 2003, so 19 years now.
And you originally started out with your father, from what I understand,
yes,
right?
so I joined him working for him in 2003, and then I got licensed as a CPA in 2013. We formed a partnership, an S-Corp together. My father and myself were partners starting in 2014, and he just retired back in June of last year.
So what is the name of your company again?
Ciaccia CPA.
Of course it is. So what do you think is the biggest challenge for women today in business?
I think it's just believing in ourselves. I think a lot of women have a hard time really believing in ourselves, and there's a lot of self-doubt in women. And once you start to doubt yourself, you just kind of start to think that you're not able to do what you're supposed to be doing and what you're setting out to do.
That's a good point of view, because I think most women do feel insecure on a certain level because they're competing with themselves and with each other and with men and trying to make inroads in their career paths. So I think you're right.
Right, and it starts so young now too. Even as 4th, 5th, and 6th grade girls, we're competing with other girls, and we start to compare ourselves at such a young age. And I think if we stopped comparing ourselves and really looked deep within and knew what we were all capable of doing, we wouldn't question ourselves and doubt ourselves.
So I understand prior to the pandemic, you were actually starting a girls empowerment organization, but you had to kind of put that on hold. Tell us a little bit about your future goal for that.
Yeah, so in 2017, actually, I love the story. I went to the Nauvoo Women's Conference in Minneapolis, and I was talking to one of the vendors about how I wanted to start a program in our elementary school for girls. And I said my hesitation was that I'm raising boys. I felt like what I do with my time, I should be involving my own 2 kids. And she said to me, she says, no, you need to think differently. She said, you need to start a program for these girls in your town, and your kids will see what you're doing, and your boys will grow up to be men who will support and empower women in their personal and professional lives. So I started this, it's a girls empowerment group called Girl Power for girls in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
That's amazing.
It's so much fun, and the truth is that these girls really empowered me more than what they ever know, and the impact that they've had on me. We have had to put it on hold because of COVID and the pandemic, but I'm hoping next school year to start it back up again, and because it's such an age where the girls really need to know that they can do what they want.
The door's only closed if you leave it closed.
Right.
You have to be able to walk through it and
absolutely.
have the strength to do that. So that will definitely help girls in that age bracket to do that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So knowing what you know now, is there anything you would do differently related to your current career path?
I would find my support system a whole lot sooner. Now, I'm the first one to say how great Nauvoo is and how much it's been has been such an impact on my business, but I didn't join Nauvoo until 2017. And had I had this support system of like-minded women earlier in my career, I can only imagine where I would be now if I had that support system sooner than what I did.
Wow, that's a great endorsement for Nauvoo, and that's why we're all here today.
Right.
What values or business ethics are important to you as a leader?
Joy. When just recently, I had to really, with rebranding as Ciaccia CPA, I had to really think about what my values were, and joy really stood out in everything. And I felt as though when I have joy in working with my clients or working with their finances or just in anything that I do, and being with my team at the office, being with my family and my kids, it all just kept coming back to joy. And the more that I found joy in what I was doing, just everything else came together. All the pieces of the puzzle came together as soon as you find joy in what you do.
That's amazing commentary on that question.
Most people don't think about it that way.
No, that's really food for thought. How do you foster an environment of diversity, equality, and inclusion in your business?
Really, it's just listening, I feel like. I have a team of women. Right now I have 2 women. By the time we're at the awards, I'll have 3 women on my team. And it's just listening and having that open line of communication and hearing what other people have to say, whether it's my clients or my team internally, or the other women of NALBO in this leadership position that we're in with NALBO. It's just listening is really the most important thing.
Very important. What's your greatest accomplishment in life that you feel? Besides having your children.
Man, that was an easy one. It would have been. No, I don't even think that they're my greatest accomplishment. Sorry, kids, but I don't think they are. Anybody can have kids. My greatest accomplishment, probably just getting to where I am. I'm the 2nd generation of business, the ownership of my firm. And not only am I 2nd generation, but I'm that female generation of my firm. I went into the family business with my father, and everybody knows working for a family or with family, it has its own set of challenges. But as I talk to people, whether it was clients or friends or family, businesses don't always make it to the 2nd generation. They don't make it through that transition, first off.
That's so
and the
true.
fact that we've gotten through the transition in one piece, our family, and just the fact that my business is thriving in the 2nd generation.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. You don't realize how many businesses fall apart before they get to that 2nd generation ownership.
Well, congratulations on that.
The fact that my dad and I both got to this place, I feel like is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I think that's a lot to be proud of.
Right. I don't think it'll go to the 3rd generation because my kids want nothing to do with it, but that's okay. They don't need to.
But they're young. You
Right,
never
they
know.
are young, yeah.
You can steer them.
I don't think so. I have boys, they think for themselves for sure.
So, what would you say to a young entrepreneur just starting out in business? What advice could you give them that would help them?
Again, it goes back to surround yourself with people who are going to support you. I was thinking about this on the way here, actually, because I feel like my support system, they believe in me. So the minute that I start to not believe in myself, I know that somebody believes in me, and then I kind of get
You
right
rise
back
to
on
the
that
occasion,
path.
yeah.
Right, yeah. So the more you surround yourself with the people that support you and believe in you, the more you're going to believe in yourself. So it's just find your people.
I think that, again, that's great commentary, great advice for our viewers this evening. Right. So let's do some fun questions.
Now the scary part comes in.
Scary part comes. So are you organized or are you a mess at home? Who takes out the trash at your house?
All of us really. Well, we try and make the boys, teenage boys, we try and make them take it out, but it's usually like overflowing before somebody takes it out.
Who cooks dinner in your house?
That's pretty much 50-50 with some. My youngest one is 13 and he'll join in cooking, but between my husband and myself, it's 50-50. But in anything, it ebbs and flows. It's busy season right now, so he'll do more of the housework than I will, but yeah.
So have you been married a long time? Did you train him from a very young coupling?
No, not at all. So we have been together. No, he didn't come train, that's for sure. We have been together, I think it's 19 years now. No, not 19. Joe is, I always have to do the math. Joe is 15, so we've been married for 16 years. But he's former restaurant manager, so I'm used to the nights and the weekends. Like, I'm used to the nights and the weekends alone with the kids, and now he's Monday to Friday, beats me home. So he's definitely doing more and more around the house, and which is great because it gives me that opportunity to focus on the business right now in this transition and really look at growth.
Well, good for you, because you have a hand up with a guy who's in the restaurant business.
Yes, he can cook. You are right there.
So if there was one person in the world that you could choose to have dinner with, who would that person be?
RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, for sure. She was such an amazing woman, definitely lost her way too soon, but what she did for women's equality and gender equality is just amazing. And if I could do just like a 5% of what she did in her lifetime, I would consider myself accomplished.
Yeah, she was quite an advocate for women.
Yeah.
I'm a loser because I picked George Clooney, but. Okay, one more question. How do you see life? Glass half empty or glass half full?
I try to be half full. I know I'm not always that way, but again, it goes back to that joy. There's no joy when you're looking at it half empty.
That's true.
Yeah, try to be realistic, but also half full.
Well, again, Meggan, thank you so much for sharing with us today, and congratulations on your award. It's well deserved, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.